Hello world, it is Monday, March 25th, 2024, and looking out the window at Harper Woods, I'm in a different office and different home, a different city this morning. It's kind of overcast, but I think it's supposed to be in the 60s today, so quite a bit warmer than it was yesterday. The devotion and if you're wondering, the picture is different, the sound's a little different because I haven't found the box yet where my microphone and my camera are, so hopefully I'll find that in the next day or so. It's going to be a little sketchy for me to be able to record every day because I'm kind of transitioning between Harper Woods and Defiance. And I missed last week totally because that was the big move week and I just didn't have the time. So hopefully I'll do this the last couple of weeks before my retirement, and then we'll see what comes after that. The devotion for today is entitled, Do You Believe in Lazarus? Written by Molly Baskett. And Molly bases the devotion upon the Gospel of John, chapter 12, verses 9 through 11, excerpted verses from the New Revised Standard Version. When the great crowd learned that he was there, they came not only because of Jesus, but to see Lazarus, whom he had raised from the dead. So the chief priests planned to put Lazarus to death as well, since it was on account of him that many of the people were deserting and believing in Jesus. And then Molly writes, I'll finish off my coffee before we start. Talk about sawing off the branch you're sitting on. The chief priest's whole job is to foster closeness between God and the people. But now, because Jesus has actually demonstrated the power of the living God in raising Lazarus from the dead, the religious authorities want to put both Jesus and Lazarus to death, to disappear the evidence, as it were. It's easy to vilify the chief priest, and let's pay attention to the anti-Semitism embedded in that reading, by the way. But we in our churches have also been guilty of burying the evidence of the resurrecting God still at work in the world. We have worried over budgets and spreadsheets, stayed in leadership positions long past our effectiveness because we don't have confidence in the newbies, trusted only what our eyes and ears can tell us, and secretly believe that God is dead and the age of miracles has passed. We are far too intellectual and lucid to fall for actual resurrection, and our churches have become odes to emptiness. Would we know a miracle if it hit us in the face, like a Lazarus staggering, stinking from the tomb? Not all miracles smell like a rose garden. Or would we say, it'll never work, and it's never been done that way? The chief priests are not an other. They are an aspect of ourselves, scared to turn over power to others, harboring a reluctance to be taken in by the unexpected and even impossible. Yet every day God is resurrecting us, sending us people, ideas, attitudes, possibilities that can change everything. And Molly's prayer. Quiet my inner priest and show me the miracle, even if it stinks at first. Amen. Well, I had lots of things going through my mind as I was reading this devotion. One is, yes, it reminded me of kind of early in my career as a project manager, and I had a team and an engineer who was really good at finding all the problems, but not so much at finding the solutions. And it got very frustrating because he focused on the problems and not finding the solutions. Until finally, during one of the team meetings, I don't want to say I blew up, but I did pace the room, which I do when I'm angry so I can control my temper, and just encouraged him in a way to not to change his focus and not look upon every problem as something that was insurmountable, but as an opportunity to discover something new. And I think I've run into that a lot in churches when we try to do things and change things. When new people come in and have different ideas, there's a lot of resistance. Some of it's probably from a loss of power, kind of like what Molly was referring to with the chief priests. Some fear in that. But other just, I think there's some fear in something new might make more work, or might change what we feel comfortable with. But sometimes we have to be knocked out of our comfortableness in order to advance, in order to move forward and in our thinking. And I really hope churches can learn to do that, to really invite and welcome in new people with new ideas. Because I know every church wants new people in their congregation. But with new people comes new thoughts, new ideas, new likes, new dislikes, and that can make the established crew uncomfortable. So much so that the new people leave and go someplace else where they feel more welcome. So we have to be careful of that. And I think Molly hit it on the head in the devotion when she said that the chief priests are not another; they are just simply aspects of ourselves. Scared to turn over power to others, harboring a reluctance to be taken in by the unexpected and even the impossible. So instead of looking for ways things aren't going to work, we need to look for ways that we can make them work. Anyway, those are my thoughts for the day based on this devotion. Yours may be different, and that is the nature of devotions. So I hope you have a good day, and I hope to talk to you soon.